Juneteenth. Hello, everyone. So today I was reading some things on social media and it kind of upset me. So I thought this is a great opportunity for the next episode of Everything's an Argument, a deep reading with Everything's an Argument. The topic today is Juneteenth, and also I will embed the hot topic of George Floyd. God rest his soul. Okay. I'm going to share with you some information about Juneteenth. All right. This is the day our ancestors fought for the right to go. That's a different conversation. That shapes, when you're talking about constructing identities, that's a different identity that's formed. Part of our problem, again, is that part of our difficulty and our challenge is these narratives, right? And so it's the day somebody told us to go, we could go. Okay, and so we're happy, we can go, we can leave, right? And again, I just have a couple of problems with that, right? And so I want us to be careful of constructing identity of victimhood, where everything that we are and everything that we fight for and make it through is framed from the perspective of the victim, as opposed to from the current perspective, which is well earned and fought for by our ancestors. That's very important. Okay, then we get to George Floyd. So today, places are burning. And I'm reading all these comments of people saying, like, we don't need that. And again, it reminds me of Ferguson, when people were so harshly criticizing people's responses to violence against them. So it's like you slap me, then I knock the shit out you. And then you say, what's wrong with her? No, what's wrong with you? Who hit me first, right? Who keeps hitting me? Who followed me around and hit me? Who just hit another person? In fact, by the time I finish taping this, George Floyd might no longer be the hot topic. And unfortunately, there might be another new face that we could post and hashtag about. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the hashtagging. I think we have to do a deep read and understand that we have to know the truth, that our ancestors fought for freedom, that our ancestors were not given freedom. That's not true. We were not just told to go. So that celebrating with that whole, that frame is wrong. It's not accurate, and it doesn't serve us well. It doesn't serve us well. So I think we have to reframe that. Again, the only way I'm going to celebrate that is if we celebrate the heroes who made that possible that day. And then if we then look at the fact that that was battle won, or a battle whatever, and that the war isn't over. Because again, if a man can be murdered on the street in broad daylight in such a gruesome way, I have not watched the video. I will not watch the video, but I have read some of your posts. But I'm not gonna put any more of that in my mind, because I don't come from that. I don't come from that type of environment that sees that and then just has to talk about it and then just like moves on and waits for the next one. That's not what I come from. I don't. I come from the hood where people take action of some sort. And I'm wondering what action can we really take? So people are down there burning. I don't say it's a good thing that people are burning. The whole fact that it's necessary is a bad thing. That's how I think of that. The whole fact that it's necessary to burn things is a bad thing. But I do know that the greater question, other than why are they burning things, what's wrong with these people, or they're so ignorant, I think the greater thing is, the greater question is, can you hear me? We've been speaking now for hundreds of years, almost. Can you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you know that we're free? Since we're free, then you went to on Juneteenth, June 19th, we talk about people coming to let you know that you're free. Did somebody tell other people that we're free? Did you all forget to pass the message on? So we've been trying to tell them. Evidently, you didn't announce it to them. And we've been trying to tell them for quite some time now. And I'm wondering, can you hear me? We've asked, we've begged, we've pleaded, we've explained, we've done all of those things. So for me, I understand people's burnings. Again, I don't celebrate them, but I understand them because evidently the people who commit these horrific crimes and murders, atrocious violations of against humanity, evidently speak a different language. So when the building is burning and I'm looking at it on social media or on the news, I'm wondering, can you hear me now? That's the language that's a different kind of language that people know how to speak, not people involved in organizations that keep going back to the table. There are other people out here who know how to speak other languages. And since we're not being heard and people don't understand the language we speak, I'm not one to heavily criticize somebody who tries to speak the language of the person who they're talking to, right? So if their language is murder, I think it's quite humane of these people's response to be a burning building. It actually, to me, it shows their humanity and their decency because they don't yet speak this language of murder you in broad daylight. They're not yet speaking that language, not yet. Right now, they're just burning down material things. Isn't that it? I don't know, it might be quite kind of them, right? So they're not yet at a loss of humanity where they would just kill people. Instead, they are just trying to bang on something. That's what a burning is. It's just a banging on the wall to get your attention and say, stop it, because you don't seem to understand just words. You need sign language. And a puff of smoke is a type of sign language. So again, I just wanted to talk about those two things. I want us to think about how we engage Juneteenth, how we engage Juneteenth this year. I want us to think about what we can do to address this pandemic of violence against Black bodies. What we can do to address this pandemic of violence against Black bodies. We need action. We need help. We need clear, concise thinking. And we need to see what's really there and not what we would like it to be. And so I say June 19th of this year, there is no celebration. There shouldn't be a celebration. I challenge people. This is Everything's an Argument. I challenge people to make me understand why we want to celebrate and then what that should look like. It's traditionally a barbecue and things like that. I challenge people to make me understand if it's not a planning barbecue, if it's not a celebration of warriors who won battle one, then I don't know what it's not. It absolutely is not a celebration of freedom, because we're not free. We're not free. And so I just wanted to talk about that because I'm quite disturbed and I don't know what else to do in this moment. And then I wanted to say that I believe that, what did I write? I wrote it here somewhere. I'm saying, I think you should model my commemoration is going to be modeled on this theme. Can you hear me? A Juneteenth Clarion freedom call. That's what we need. Can you hear me? A Juneteenth Clarion freedom call. How about that? How about that? How about we don't kindly just dance off and commend the perpetrator who's still right there, and his friends who are waiting for me down the street when he told me to leave out in this perpetual state of assault and abuse. How about we instead meet in the corners, meet over the grill, and talk about direct action we're going to take. First, in my book, will be demanding something from these political parties as we cast our votes and getting something for it. Because again, we were sent out with nothing. I'm wondering at what point we will get something. That's the first thing for me. Educating ourselves, thinking critically about the things we do and why we do them and what sense they make today, and how we can honor our ancestors in a way, honor the core concepts of what our ancestors intended, ritualistically honor them without destroying ourselves by engaging in symbolic foolishness while things remain the same. That's insanity. Insanity is we just keep doing the same thing over and over. I mean, hashtag march, hashtag post picture, change your main picture online to a new dead person. Dead for eating ice cream, dead for anything. Oof, it's quite exhausting, it's frustrating. And I'm wondering, well, and I just wanted to put out the call that this Juneteenth be a different Juneteenth. A Juneteenth where we demand freedom. We work towards gaining real freedom. The war is not over. Juneteenth, 1865 was just a battle, evidently. We study history, we see that war is not over. It is not over. And so I welcome differing opinions. I want you to make me understand it differently, because that's what I see. That's how I see it. Okay, bye.